We've just succeeded in creating our vote score for the project. So at this point, you need to make sure that you save the data. So save this as version 004. And you are ready to start working with the independent variables. Again, make sure you do these versions, because if you mess up a step, you can always go back to the previous version. This data that we're going to use is going to come from our vote view site, just like always, and we're going to go in and we're going to get information about members of Congress this time. So this is going to have the party identifications, and it's also going to have the ideological preference positions. So we have House members, we have members of Congress, or the Congress. In this one, I use the 107th Congress is what I've been working with. So I'm going to go out there and I've got the House for the 107th Congress, and it's going to download a comma delimited file, so a CSV file, and I'm going to download this monster. And that's going to go out there, and I'm going to grab that and move it to my desktop. So let me save this one, and I'm going to bring this one down. And I'm going to go up here, get rid of all this stuff that I was working on. And I'm going to go to my download file. And I'm going to take this house one, and I'm going to move it out here to my desktop. So that's what I got. All the data that I want to pull in with those values and everything else has got to go here. So to do that, I'll need to open a new data file, and to do that, I'll go out here, and on the desktop, I'm going to look for that CSV file. And so I've got it, House 107 members. And I'm going to click on that, and that'll bring up that same menu that we did before. So it's going to preview this data. Now, this one's going to be a little bit more complicated than the previous file because we have to do a little extra step. Okay, so this is what happens. Does your text file match a predefined format? No, it does not. It is a delimited file. The variable names are at the top, as you see here in the preview. The decimal symbol is a period, but we have a problem with periods because this this file has names in it, and those names have periods in them, so they create a secondary problem for us. So I'll show you what I mean by this. We have first case begins at row 2, that's fine. Each line represents a case, and all of the cases are coming in, but let's take a look at this kind of file format as we go across. You see how we have people like this, Robert E. Period, Bud, Junior, comma, period. Those things will create new rows as we go across, right? And so so we have a couple of things going across. So we have problems with spaces here, and not all of these are coming in the same way. So there's a couple things that we need to do. We need to fix the delimiters, right? So right now we just want to use comma delimiters and get rid of the spaces. And so that's going to help a little bit. And so that's going to put us in this one. So we're getting closer, but we still have this problem with this juniors and this threes and some other stuff here. And so these, if you look at it, this row is got like a double quote that is a leader, and it's got a double quote at the back end. That is what's known as a text qualifier. So we have to use commas, and then we have to use double quotes as the text qualifier. And now if you go through and you look at all of these, you'll go out here and notice how all of those are in one row now. And so when we go out to the values that we're interested in, these nominate scores, now they look pretty good. Everything seems to be coming in across all the way. And the last thing, these are the standard error values on those dimensions, and everything looks good all the way down. So we have good data. So the key is make sure that you have comma here, no space, and double quotes, and then go to next. It'll import these with the different values that we want, and so these will come in fine. I want to make sure these are automatic, yeah, because these are the numbers that we're going to be concerned about. And then just go ahead and finish and have it run, and then I'm going to immediately save this file, save as. pols3320 project 3 independent bars, and that'll work. Yeah, I've already got one out there. So I'm going to replace that one. Now, if you look at this table, as you go out, you're going to have all of these kind of things lined up. So all of these people are in one row now. All of these nominate scores are pretty much there. And the rest of this stuff we don't really need. All right, so I'm going to stop there and I'm going to come back and I'm going to help you clean this stuff up because we're going to merge this thing and it helps to merge smaller files than bigger files. So let me come right back. Okay, so within this data, I've got a lot of stuff that I really just don't need. And so as I go across here, we've got a bunch of stuff out here that just isn't really important. I do need these dimension scores and I need some other things, but we're going to merge this data into the other one. So it's always problematic when you merge a lot of data into another file. So I'm going to get rid of most of this stuff because I just really don't need it. Let's expand this so that we know the names. I know that I'm not going to need this one, that one, that one. Actually, I guess I need to do it here. So I'll click on that one, go up all the way to these dimensions. I don't need any of these, so I'm going to clear those. I need the first and second dimension. I don't need these two things. Actually, let me go out here and make sure I know what I need here. Died, born, bio guide, and bio name. Bio name might not be bad. We can keep that around. So let's do this. Let's do this one, born, and that one. So you have to kind of trick it. So I'll click those three. Actually, I'll do these three, and I'm going to clear those out and delete those. Let's take a look at what else we need. On the other side of that, so we'll have this. Last means occupancy party code. So I don't need this one. I can clear it. So I can clear here as well as I can clear on that other one. And so I'm going to have party code, bio name, those three. Those are all good. Variable name, state abbreviation, district, and ICP. Okay, all this one. And then chamber and Congress. Okay. So if I go up here, I'm not going to need this Congress because I know all of mine are going to be from that same Congress. Chamber, ICPSR, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, this looks about what I want to bring in, but I'm going to move these around a little bit. So I'm going to match on ICPSR, so I'm going to make it the first variable. Then I'm going to have chamber, state, district code, and I'm going to put the bio name here, and then party code, and that one and that one. So let's go back and look at our data. So I've got ICPSR, president, state, he's the USA, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and I've got the three variables that I need. Okay, this is fine and this is okay. And so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to first save this as, and this is going to be version 002. I'll save that, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sort ascending. Okay, so this will be 2605. That'll be John Dingell, who's from Michigan, and it'll go all the way down to that last one, which is the president, which I don't really want in here anyway. But I've got everything in here. I've got this file organized in a way that I'm going to be able to import all of this, and we should be good. All right, so good. I'm going to stop there, and I'll come back and I'll tell you how to merge all this together.